if I were to inform you that much of your understanding about the disintegration of the beauty community is veiled in untruths? How might that knowledge stir your emotions? One sentiment I firmly believe we've all garnered from the public dethronement of figures such as James Charles, Jeffree Star, and Shane Dawson is that the proverbial pendulum of fate invariably oscillates between extremes. And what if I extended the narrative to suggest that there were shadowy figures hidden behind the glamorous curtain, skillfully maneuvering the fall of those who stood as obstacles to their own personal agenda? In this series of revealing videos, I intend to share not only my personal narrative, but also my first-hand experiences with those who, I am convinced, were instrumental in shattering the unity of the beauty community. They have, I believe, been complicit in a barrage of personal assaults on individuals within the drama community, a list that sadly includes myself, Petty Page, and my fiancé, Nick Snyder.
It's been a long time coming. This has been a very traumatic experience for me. I hope you guys know that. Sitting down, rehashing all of this stuff, and literally facing my own demons and facing my own trauma is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. And I've been tweeting about all of this, and there's a lot of people that do not have good feelings about me doing this. And I really don't care. Even still to this day, it's Wednesday. I'm posting this tomorrow. There are people that are still trying to silence me from telling my truth. They're trying to take away what I went through as if it didn't mean anything. It meant something because it most certainly affected me. It changed me. I have been through so much over like the past 6 years. I've been on YouTube. It's just literally insane to see where I am now and the support that you guys give me. But I wanted to come on here and just like give like a soft intro to this because I didn't realize that I actually cut out just a tiny snippet of the intro for Hannah, so it's going to seem like I just jump right in. But in this series, I'm reacting to Smokey Glow and everything that she said about me after her fallout with Angelica Oles. I'm also going to be talking about Sam here for the tea. And there is a teaser for the next video at the end of this, if you choose to watch all the way through. It really, really amps up in the second part of this. I'm not going to hold anything back, not that I held anything back in this, but there's just so many things that did happen. I felt like I was only going to be able to put the pertinent parts in because I don't want you guys to have to sit here for 45 minutes to see me drag out every little thing. So I tried my best to just make points with the big things and I let the other things go. But this is not everything that I've went through. It's a lot of it, if that makes sense. Now, with all that said, I do hope that you guys are able to watch and let what I say marinate because there has been so much shit said about myself, Paige, Nick, Rich, throughout the years, and a lot of it was lies, especially like the whole payroll narrative. We're going to get further into that in the second part as well. There's going to be a lot more that goes into that. I think you guys are going to be really shocked to find out who originated that and what they were a part of because they're still on YouTube and they still think what they did is like a punchline and a joke. It's not. What these people did to me literally almost destroyed me, and it put me in a place that was not good for me mentally at a time when I was already going through a whole lot, like a lot even before the house, my mom dying, Nick's mom. There was a lot going on in my life that I have never spoken about here on YouTube because it's just not appropriate because it's just very dark stuff. But you guys, I hope you enjoy this. I hope it sheds light on some things that you may not know. If you do have questions that you would like me to cover in the other two parts of this series, please let me know down below. I will see if I'm able to work them in. This whole entire thing is literally brought to you by iCloud because I screenshot everything, everything, and I watch what people say about me. I did. Well, I did. Because I don't really do it anymore. I just block people. I don't have time for it. But at this point in time, when these people were attacking me, I screenshotted everything, and this is literally made out of my iCloud. It's crazy. But you guys, let me know your thoughts down below, and let's get into it.
But there's also a history of them being incredibly rude and disrespectful to not only women, but also plus-size women.
Hannah makes all of these claims of things that I've done and said in the past on Twitter, but provides zero evidence to support what she's saying. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I never start an argument with anyone. I'm only nasty to people that are vile to me first. So of course, if someone was gross to me, I'm returning that same energy back to them 100-fold. Am I not supposed to defend myself now? Should I just allow people to walk all over me? Hannah has talked at length on setting boundaries, and my boundary is if you're a terrible person to me, I'm going to be a terrible person back to you. It's pretty simple. She made sure to add that plus-size women comment to put a target on my back with her audience and still doesn't show a screenshot where I intentionally fat-shamed anyone, much less a plus-size woman. Hannah has said before in videos covering the situation with Tati and James that Tati used her reputation in lieu of receipts. That's what Hannah is doing in this video addressing me. She was clearly speaking from a personal perspective.
Now, looking back at this whole situation, it's very clear to see that Tati's mindset had definitely changed a little bit. From being a little bit more like professional all the time to, I think she saw the power that she had. We talked about kind of enjoying the fruits of your labor. The fruit of her labor here was that she had built this, sort of credibility and this honesty about her. She had built up this reputation for herself, and now she was able to almost weaponize that reputation to take down anybody that spoke differently of that. And also something I'm just thinking about now is looking back, she probably was so defensive of what Kiki said about her and probably was so intense about that. Kiki was directly challenging the persona that Tati had been putting out all of these years, which is that Tati was honest to a fault, she would never have ulterior motives when reviewing a palette, and that she had integrity. Kiki was directly challenging that opinion and directly saying, no, that's not true with this particular palette, she did this. I think that is another reason that Tati felt so strongly this need to strike back, because there was a crack in her persona if she allowed that sort of idea to marinate for people. And he called somebody, Dustin especially is like the worst at this because he's always calling women bitches. Literally just said that somebody looked like a toe because they disagreed with him. So do I think they're bullies? Yeah, absolutely.
Let me show you a few people that she follows that say terrible things about people constantly, but she's worried about me calling someone a bitch in response to someone attacking me.
Like, Dustin, do you realize that there are people who are offended and completely grossed out at the fact that you're sucking Nick's severely misshaped penis every night? You know what I'm saying? Like, gagging on it like it was your last fucking supper. I saw the OnlyFans videos, honey.
What the fuck is this even? You look like a fucking corpse on the verge of rigor mortis every day of your life. Your insides also mimic that of a corpse. Decayed. Stop with the false narrative you put out yourself and continue to perpetuate so the truth is buried.
Honest hoes. And all our hoes is honest. So y'all know that Mayo Indigo.
His hairline is still... Of the many things Dustin doesn't have, a clue, dignity, a hairline, he does always have the nerve. Stood by Jeffree Star as long as the checks would cash, but it's okay to come for Manny. Sorry, not sorry. The bitch is corny. I think I'm missing a chromosome or something. I don't like movies. Like at all.
All they do is sit in their fucking living room and drink Mountain Dew. Might I suggest diet in the future?
I suggest T-Spill strike her videos where she's stolen content as well. She's a fucking parasitic.
I think name-calling and fat-shaming and being overall just kind of assholes, I think that makes you bullies. They have insulted my looks as recently as literally today when Dustin decided that posting a video, he would put a picture of Angelica, a skinny blonde girl, looking beautiful in a selfie, and he decided he would post me mid-speech in a video where I look horrible.
Which picture would you suggest I put in place of Angelica to make you feel better, Hannah? I'm not here to babysit anyone's insecurities. I can't help Angelica as what you describe as skinny, pretty, blonde. This sounds more like Hannah using buzzwords to get an emotional response from her audience. More than anything, which is highly manipulative considering no matter which way I go in this argument, she's framed it in a way that regardless of how I respond, people will think I'm an asshole for me merely putting these two women together in a thumbnail. If you really want the tea, every picture of you is in a dimension that doesn't work for me. I did take a screenshot of your video, but not for the intention of fat shaming you. If I was trying to fat shame you, I wouldn't be covert about it. In your own words, you said I was the worst on Twitter out of everyone.
Dustin especially is like the worst at this.
From your video that you posted on December 20th, 2020, you didn't look much different in your thumbnail than you did in my thumbnail. So this feels like you're projecting your insecurities a bit here, and that's okay. I've been insecure about my weight my whole life, and I recently took steps to combat that, and I've lost 22 pounds so far. If we're all being honest here, Hannah hasn't been the best at making thumbnails of herself anyway, so I didn't think she would have a problem with mine, because it's not much different than her own.
I'm really glad that Hannah put this screenshot in because it shows that she doesn't like to give proper context when she's pushing a narrative. She didn't bother to add context about how the person in the screenshot had been hounding me and calling me a racist because of how I handled things with Rich by not calling him out publicly for the world to see. It should go without saying that I do not condone racism. I had a very heated conversation with Rich and many people can corroborate that. And newsflash, I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but for maybe the better part of a year, Rich and I have been no contact. I have nothing to do with Rich, and I have done everything humanly possible to disassociate my name being aligned with his. I have absolutely no problem airing anyone out, much like I am you right now, Hannah. I have called Rich out multiple times in the past, but that was at a time where I was trying to make the friendship work. It's not much deeper than that. Let's have a look at some of the tweets that Nakova tweeted to me prior to the screenshot that Hannah provided without context in her video. All of this started because on December 11th, 2020, I put out a tweet thread that reads as follows. So Angelica did in fact address the issues that were presented to her. It's up to each person to accept or deny her apology. I still absolutely do not like the fact that one day Hannah is my friend this, my friend that, checking how she is in DMs, and then next day says she can't support her. It's the lack of consistency for me. You handle some things publicly and then others privately, but she only does what puts her in the best light at that point in time, which is fake. If someone is your friend, they're your friend. Yesterday it was misinformation and now it's all factual. Make it make sense. Angelica addressed it the best way she could or felt she could. What more could she do? If someone apologizes and you don't accept it, what's the point in keeping an argument going? Move the fuck along. So Nakova quote tweeted me and said, not someone who continues to be friends with the person who said the N-word with a hard R thinking they can accept apologies on racism that aren't for them. To which I replied and said, not a bitch implying I said someone should accept an apology when I didn't say that. Might want to go back and reread. And I followed that up by quote tweeting her again saying, who exactly am I friends with, Nakova? And then Nakova quote tweeted me and said, I also just realized you didn't even respond to the fact I pointed out that you're friends with racist.
You, apostrophe, plus R-E, is you are, and your shows possession. For example, I like your car.
Which makes you racist in my opinion. But I get that hit a bit too close to home, didn't it? And 1 year later, Nakova quote tweeted Smokey Glow's video saying, no, because I vividly remember feeling represented when she brought up that Dustin has a habit of calling women bitches.
No, because I watched this video 3 different times, and I missed that was me. That's me this whole time, and I missed it, and I didn't see it. Can I not read? Am I blind? And I didn't see that. That's me. Look at.
Well, Nakova, you were being a bitch to me. You were hounding me at a very hard time in my life. Now, this whole situation got so big and blown out of proportion that my own followers stepped in and started defending me because they noticed what was going on in the situation. In a reply by What's the Point, she points out exactly what was going on. She said, you mean like Nakova doing him right now? Yeah, that happens to him and other drama channels a lot. When people disagree with them, it's time to nitpick and accuse them of whatever they think will hurt them. And that's exactly what Hannah and Nakova have done.
Literally just said that somebody looked like a toe because they disagreed with him.
Hannah can't even get her facts straight here, or she's intentionally explaining the situation wrong because in the screenshot, this person is literally saying I look like a tomato, to which I replied in defense of myself, saying I'd rather look like a tomato than a big fucking toe. Everyone isn't like you, Hannah, on your moral high ground. I'm not turning the other cheek. I'm not a doormat for people on the internet to walk all over. If that's how you choose to live your life, that's fine, so be it. But we all don't live in a world where our feelings are facts and words hurt. I did try to go see what else this particular person said about me to give more context, but her account is protected and the tweet is now deleted.
Let's talk about how you started on the internet, which was that you were friends with John Cuckian. Your channel got big because you found out new information about a person who had publicly helped you. The tide started turning against John Cuckian, rightfully so. But when the tide started turning against John Cuckian, he dropped him like a hot potato and made multiple videos exposing John Cuckian for the person he is, including private messages with John Cuckian at that time. You did that.
And I do it again. Not only did John laugh at Martin Lewis when his channel was taken down, but Rich Lux and Here for the Tea went into his live stream mocking him, and I thought it was disgusting behavior.
End up going onto my now and just trying to get smart and sleek with his friend John Cookian when my channel was taken down. What's with Teabag Lady, Rich Lux, and Cuckian coming on here saying not bothered? Are you trying to get smart with me? or are you trying to get smart with someone else in the audience?
I even guessed it with Martin right then and there to prove I didn't condone that type of behavior. So if you're going to tell a story, tell it all, not just bits and pieces that fit into the narrative you've pushed against me for years. Let's also not tone down what John Cookian did to Peter Mon either. Don't downplay the seriousness of that situation to take a dig at me because your feelings got hurt over a YouTube thumbnail.
And honestly, the thing that just kills me about this, like truly, that I'm finally addressing this and I'm finally giving you guys what you want, because you have been trying to get my goat on the internet for the past year. I'm finally giving you what you want. The thing that kills me about this is that you're all going to make 11-minute videos with 16 ads in them and try to profit as much as humanly possible off of hurting other people, because that is consistently what the three of you do.
Okay, Hannah, you must still be in denial about being a drama channel. Alexa, play Smokey Glow's greatest hits. Now that I've proven that Hannah continually, time and time again, likes to omit context that would be pertinent to the conversation that would allow people to make a truly informed opinion, let's talk about Here for the Tea. Before we get into this, I want to discuss the number of people that have been absolutely disgusting to me for even mentioning that I'm going to speak on Sam. I do not get the idea of making someone a saint when they were terrible, vile people in life. Just because you had a good experience with her does not mean that everyone else has. Sam was detrimental to many people in the YouTube space. She was a cunning viper that would pounce on anyone the moment they were not useful to her. So silencing people trying to tell their story after years of torment from someone like Sam is the equivalent of trying to silence an abuse victim because the things she did to people were abusive in nature. I said what I said. I do not care how you feel about it. This is my story and I brought the receipts. She was complicit in the attempted orchestrated takedown of myself, Paige, Nick, Rich, or anyone that stood in her way or the narrative she was pushing. Sam quite literally drugged me out on the dance floor, so I feel like it's only appropriate that I get to respond because many people have been on the receiving end of her rage. Not only me, but many others.
Like, I love the tea. I love the drama. Like, I remember I loved Here for the Tea. I'm not gonna lie. She was messy.
She was messy. Fuck that bitch. I never liked her.
Because she didn't like you. She liked me.
Fuck that bitch.
I hope she's doing well. No, she's dead.
She
like,
made
literally.
my life a living fucking hell, and that's why I have trauma till this day. So, like, at least Pancho is not like, I mean, he kind of throws a little shade, but it's not as much as like as Homegirl. Because Homegirl, she was very biased with it. Like, there's a difference between like updating the girls and then also being biased and like trying to get the crowds to like bully people.
Yeah, true. I feel like from what I've seen from Pancho, like he kind of just allows the conversation to happen with the viewers. Like they can kind of chime in and he's not really per se directing the narrative.
On May 10th, 2019, Sam uploaded minutes after Tati released Spy Sister. In this video, she reads a statement given to her by Tati about the situation between herself and James. Tati mentions that she had spoken to 2 drama channels while she was making her video, Sam and T-Spill.
In full disclosure, I have spoken with 2 drama channels that reached out, and one of them is Here for the Tea, the other is T-Spill.
In hindsight, it's strange that Tati would upload a video titled Breaking My Silence, June 20th of 2020. Here's the original screenshot from the notification I got about Sam's upload. Remember this because it's going to be pertinent later in the series. In my video from May 18th titled Exposing the People That Actually Ruin the Beauty Community, I read some text between myself and Ashley referencing a live stream of Sam demanding my AdSense receipts and spreading just straight up lies about me. To imply we're the reason the drama community is toxic is so far from the truth. Let's not warp reality. When you went on your apology tour and made it look the way you did, pandering and befriending the very people that harass us daily, literally spreading lies and accusations that hold zero truth in them, that's what you did wrong. You didn't throw us under the bus, you mowed us down with it. While you may not speak of us, the people that you pandered to still speak of your video demanding all sorts of things from me. Just last week, your friend Sam was on a live stream demanding my AdSense receipts, talking about how much money I made and that it had to be more than you, which is a lie. We both know that. January 24, 2021. Sam goes on Tea Times Live and demands my AdSense receipts to prove what I made for the month of May during Dramageddon, saying that I made money off of James's back because of the lies and allegations that Jeffree Star made up that almost pushed James Charles to unaliving himself. And I'm really sorry that I have to subject you guys to these losers, but it's pertinent to the story, so try to stomach this as long as you can.
There comes a time where we have to say things loudly and clearly. And the truth of the matter is that group of individuals was very much so enticed by the sort of, we'll call it the Jeffree Star incentive program, right? To write favorable, to, you know, sort of sway the narrative, right? And I think that is backed up, you know, at some point, Ashley Kyle came out and said, no, this thing was definitely happening, if not directly, then indirectly. And it's
Can
very
we talk about that for a second?
Yes.
To just put it in perspective for you and just how sweet this pot was.
Yeah.
Just how fucking sweet. Sorry, I keep swearing. How sweet this pot
You're in
was.
some trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashley was the smallest channel at the time. Okay. If you look at everybody else's number, I mean, 40,000 was nothing compared to what everybody else was making. Okay. So you have that, right? You have that. And let them challenge me. Prove it. Show me your numbers. Okay. Don't tell me that you didn't make way more than Ashley. If you didn't, show me your numbers. And you won't, because I'm not, I'm not lying. So anyway, if you figure Ashley was the smallest channel and she was making that, right? I think she was getting the least number of views probably at the time compared to all the others. Now, when you think of if you think of Nick and Dustin, and then if you think of the size of T-Spill's channel,
right?
Think about how much they must have been making. Okay. Plus, they were getting the shout outs from Jeffree and the retweets and the promotion and they were basically stamped as Jeffree Star approved channels. Right? To Jeffree's mess. Prove it, Dustin. Prove it. Send me your AdSense receipt right now. Prove it.
Look, Dustin, you're so cute. Like, you couldn't hold out. We were, in the middle of having a completely respectable interview. I was just loving the way this is going. So, Dustin, let's do this. Instead of starting a fight, let's do this. If you want to talk, if you would like to, come up and have a conversation, Sam has taught us how to do this. We'll schedule some time with you. But for now, we're going to let Sam have her moment. Go ahead, Sam.
I made significantly less than Ashley. What? You made 20,000? Okay. And
right.
25,000 and
these people even tried to silence me and would not allow me to speak and defend myself when I was in this chat. Now, in this live stream, Sam also speaks about how she paid me for my work. I never requested her to pay me. In fact, I offered to do it for free because she was my friend. I was kind to her. She could remember all those specifics, even that she paid me on PayPal, but she was somehow unable to fact check what she was stating to be a fact, claiming that I made more than Ashley and that I had more followers than her. I didn't, and this was a 100% made up narrative between her and Ashley Kyle. May 13th, 2019, Ashley Kyle hit 100,000 subscribers, as you can see by this screenshot. I even have the video recording that I used to congratulate her on Twitter. July 1st, 2019, per my screenshot, I hit 100,000 subscribers. That's a full 2 months after Ashley. This is something that Nikki, Mocha, or Sam could have easily fact-checked on Social Blade. Yet all three of them willingly went along with Sam's narrative because, reputation in lieu of receipts.
I think she saw the power that she had.
I know Ashley made a spectacle of herself in showing what she made in an attempt to make everyone look bad, but I worked hard for what I earned because videos do not make themselves. And if Sam thought it was right to pay me for doing work for her, she must have also thought I should be paid for my work in uploading videos to my YouTube channel, right? Quite frankly, I don't think it's anyone's business to know what I made, and I think it's gross that she would even feel comfortable in demanding that from someone. I will not be showing any financial statements, point blank, period. It's out of line.
period.
The only thing that Ashley truly showed in that video is proof that she could be bought, not that she was on payroll. There's a difference.
Period.
Now back to Sam making a big deal about paying me because I'm assuming she thought that would make her look better or something. Just like with Smokey Glow, if you intentionally add or subtract details to get a desired reaction or outcome, that is manipulation. As you can see here in my direct messages with Sam on Twitter when I was making these thumbnails for her, I was very kind to her. What do you think of this font? I can also write part of it off. Me, that's cute, and it's you. I'll download it right quick. Sam, don't worry, it's not a rush. Me, LOL, I don't have anything else to do. I got you, sis. Sam, I need music too, I feel. I talked about your abilities on stream today, so you may get some orders, LOL. Me, bah ha 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 ha. Aw, thanks. What kind of music? I can leave it blank if you want, and you can change it up each video or we can find a song to add to it. Sam, okay. Where do you find cool music? Sam, do you have PayPal? Me, yeah. It's honestly not necessary. Sam, yes it is. Me, but if you insist. Sam, no one works for free. I replied with my number for PayPal, and Sam says, okay, how much do you want? Girl, whatever, surprise me, it's not that deep, LOL. Sam, come on. Me? Seriously, pick whatever, girl. You're my friend. It doesn't matter. Sam, doesn't matter. I don't take advantage of people. You spent your time doing it, and I don't expect a handout. I sent her the thumbnail that I was making her as well as an outro and said you should be able to download it from here. Girl, $10. Sam replies and says, fuck off. You need to charge more for your shit. I'll surprise you. $10. What the fuck? Me. I don't know anything about pricing crap like this, LMAO. Sam, oh, it looks bomb now. Now I have to find a song. So I'm finding it hard to understand how she could have a problem with me making money uploading videos to my own channel that I worked hard on and took the time to upload. It's just really strange to me that she somehow had this issue with me and how much money I made during Dramageddon. I believe that this was all part of the narrative, and when James Charles got exposed and she could no longer ride our ass for it, that's when she let off. There were also multiple other issues with Sam, and a big one was she always loved stirring the pot. One of her favorite things to do was rile up small commentary channels or other people she was friendly with and manipulate them into attacking us, and then laugh about it on Twitter as if she was above everyone in the drama community, like somehow she was better than us.
These are bullies, these are trolls, and they should not be allowed to just spew all this hate on social media. This is a problem. Why are we allowing it to happen? If you see somebody doing a video, a drama video, and they're calling people out their name, and they're being shady, they're being messy, and they're being bullies, you need to put in the comments and let them know that this is not okay and they don't sit well with you, because we have allowed this behavior. As a society, we have allowed this behavior to continue and to succeed. Calling Manny MUA this, Laura Leach this, and they're making money off of these people.
Now, I was gonna go in on Luscious in this video, but I know he has a lot of good things going for him right now, and I would hate to mess that up for him in any way, but I'll give grace even when it wasn't given to me. Here is my last message that I sent to Luscious in July of 2020 because I was done with the back and forth. Seeing as I've tweeted at you with no response, I figured I would come to your inbox to see if we can come to some resolution over all the continuation of this drama, as it's not healthy for anyone involved. I hope you respond, and if you don't, I understand. Good day. But Sam didn't just get people like Luscious to fight her battles with her. She often used the lowest hanging fruit available in her attacks against me and others. In this clip from Vice Versa, he shares his own experience with Sam and her group of minions that would attack people whenever she said to.
As you guys may know, T-Trigger and Ellie were involved in a conspiracy to out and place fear into people in which they had a hit list on, in which included children and several other content creators, including myself. T-Trigger's wife was involved within this mess as well. Note that there are many channels that were associated with both Inline with Ellie and T-Trigger that have remained silent and denied being associated or denied not having partook or partaken in these situations in regards to the child doxing. Please note that I find that very hard to believe in one aspect, and that is because these individuals have continuously supported T-Trigger and even defended him on multiple occasions, in which we may review in this video. What happened with T-Trigger and Ellie in a 30-second recap. Back in March, there was a group of individuals that included, idiotic troll accounts that were, and content creators such as In Line with Ellie and T-Trigger, in which were in caboose with each other, which were, collaborating with each other in the background, in the DMs, to take down certain content creators and any of their affiliated parties or friends of that nature. And these troll accounts, including T-Trigger's wife's multiple troll accounts, would set people up for failure, and including myself up for failure, for emotional reactions so that they could attack the individuals and have them perceived in a negative light. That being said, this group dismantled. And back in March, things started coming out in regards to this toxic group of individuals that was happening, that they were breaking up and so forth. They were able to keep that under wraps, but unfortunately for In Line with Ellie and T-Trigger's big ass mouth could not stay closed, because he loves subtweeting about people to engage and encourage rage, a public rage and reaction, make you look like a fool within the public social media space.
But all of this didn't stop there. Other people jumped on Sam's narrative of payroll, and they even went after our sponsors. A full-fledged attack was launched against me, Paige, Nick, and Rich Lux.
And the reason was because I felt like it's not okay for companies to sponsor people or to pay people to advertise their products, when in those same videos those people are using hateful language, they're harassing people, they are relentlessly attacking them. I don't think it's okay.
Nikki from Tea Time says, Bruce, the truth is, and we didn't want to tell you like this, T-Trigger, his wife, and myself have been in a throuple for quite a while now. I hate that it had to come out this way, but now we don't have to hide our love for each other anymore. Nikki from Tea Time also said, Shelby Jeffco asked what I was doing tonight. Attention seeking, apparently. Shelby replied and said, boy, if you don't wrap those thighs around my neck and call it a day. And Nikki replies and says, I mean, since you asked. I'm just putting this in to give context on how close these people were.
In one of Tea Time's lives, I believe, somebody asked who sent emails to the sponsors. I have never and I said that I did. I said I was the one who sent emails. I lied. I've never sent an email to any of their sponsors. None of them have emails of me sending anything to their sponsors, because I've never done it. I've never sent an email to any of their sponsors, and not one of those emails that have been sent to their sponsors, if someone has actually sent emails asking for those sponsors not to work with them anymore, can be linked back to me, because I have never once contacted a single one of their sponsors.
Dustin is a follower, because let's be real here, okay? He's the one that started his career wanting to basically be like one of the girls. He's the one that was envious of the girls. He's the one that wanted to roll and try and tie and fool la la with the girls. That's probably half the reason why he dropped and got with Nick in the first place, so that way he could feel like he was really with one of the girls. Because he, like they said, in his mind, he thought he dumped a zero for a hero. That's why he basically got with Nick in the first place. Because let's be real, that's not no real relationship. That's just oh hey, I'm finally seeing, it's opportunity means opportunity, okay? I have the opportunity to fill a void, and I have the opportunity to basically to have a glow up. That's what their relationship
Fuck this bitch and her false fucking friends. Letting fucking people, and I already destroyed it. I didn't record it because I was so mad. But letting people run other creators off, talk shit, defame their characters, and play the fucking victim at every turn.
What is so incredibly funny about all of this is that is exactly what this person tried to do to me, Nick, Paige, everyone. Okay, I'll let you get back to the mess.
I just lost a good-ass friend because of you. Someone I actually valued, that you keep hidden because you lie to her and say, it's better for you. No, you're fucking embarrassed of her. I wasn't. So fuck you and your shitty-ass makeup. I will never buy anything from you again.
Right. Steal content from whom? Everyone's talking about James. You're really trying your best to harass us, aren't you?
Oh,
if
no.
You're trying to set me up for a harassment charge, motherfucker. I got another thing coming for you. Because you're the one that's constantly sneaking and peeking on my Twitter.
Okay.
He thinks that when people talk about her, that's all they're doing it for.
And like that's how she discounts all of their criticism. It's all clout, it's all fake. She does have a point with certain people, like Dustin Dailey, who double backed on her because he like it became popular to not like her, and so he said a bunch of shit. And him and his fiance fucking suck. I hate them. They're terrible people, literally drug people. But him and his fiance fucking suck. I hate them. They're terrible people, literally drug people.